Welcome back to the Fit and Lit podcast. I am your host, Bridget Koenig, and we are here to talk about fitness and literature or trashy novels, whichever you prefer. I prefer the latter. And let's go. It is Monday. It is officially fall, which I am extremely excited about because nobody can say shit to me now that I'm celebrating spooky season too early, because it is officially fall, the best season, in my opinion. I am drinking an Alani New. This is the Kimade, and I stocked up on this stuff. This is my favorite flavor by far, and I think it just looks absolutely cute. I'm almost done with it. I'm probably not going to finish it yes, I am. I'm going to take a sip right now because I can't help myself. It is like 8:20 at night right now. And I just got done teaching. Oh, hold on. 5 classes in a row at my studio. I teach kickboxing. I own a women's cardio kickboxing studio. So I taught a kickboxing class, which ended up being a one-on-one with mitts and the bag. And then I taught another kickboxing class, which is a workout, hit class on the bags and off the bags, and 2 different boot camps, and then a cardio kickboxing class. And the cardio kickboxing class, I have to be on. I am in front. I am energetic, singing along, just doing the damn thing. And I'm glad I did today because I have been feeling so crappy lately. And it sucks because it's been like 3 weeks now that I felt really crappy and just shitty and tired. And I don't know why, but I felt really good and jazzed. I drank this energy drink today, did my workout. I went for a walk in the sunshine today. I have had a strong aversion to working out lately where I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to make plans for people to do workouts. I don't want to talk about my studio, but today felt a little bit different. And I'm glad because I'm so tired of being tired. And I don't know why. Like, my body just hurts. I started taking iron, thinking maybe like there's like some anemia going on. I honestly don't know. It's very unusual for me to feel this way. So I'm happy to be back. With that being said, it is Monday. We had a great weekend. My son turned 5. We had a huge to him, it was a huge birthday party. There was like 8 kids there and their parents. We had a bounce house. We had a piñata. And during the piñata, the sprinklers came on. So everyone got soaked. The bounce house got soaked. One of our friends had to go and like figure out how to turn it off. So we're very thankful for him. He got them turned off, but then he turned on the other side of the sprinklers where we were standing because it was the only place that was dry. But we got them all turned off. It was the highlight of the party, or the opposite of the highlight, the low light of the party. And we all had a good time. It was fun, but it was a little muddy after that. But it was a lot of the local kids from our neighborhood. So we ended up going back to our house and having a good time and hanging out for a couple hours. It was a good time. My mom came to visit, which it was really good hanging out with her. But I was just so low energy and I felt really bad because I just literally wanted to lay down, be horizontal, zone out on YouTube, or listen to a podcast, or just watch movies or read. Speaking of reading, my most recent read was Tender as the Flesh by Augustina Bazterrica. Tender as the Flesh. If you have not heard of Tender as the Flesh, I'm just going to read you the synopsis because I will spill too much. If you have a weak stomach, do not read this book. Anyway, okay, here's the synopsis. It was a 5-star for me, by the way. This is a horror genre. If you are listening to this, maybe skip forward if cannibalism grosses you out, because that's the whole premise of the book. Okay, anyway, working at the local processing plant, Marcos is in the business of slaughtering humans, though no one calls them that anymore. His wife has left him, his father is sinking into dementia, and Marcos tries not to think too hard about what he makes a living. After all, it happened so quickly. First, it was reported that an infectious virus has made all animal meat poisonous to humans. Then governments initiated the transition. Now eating human meat, or special meat, is legal. Marcos tries to stick to numbers, consignments, processing. Then one day he's given a gift, a live specimen of the finest quality. Though he's aware that any form of personal contact is forbidden on pain of death, little by little he starts to treat her like a human being, and soon he becomes tortured by what has been lost and what might still be saved. Having read this book, the last sentence, and soon he becomes tortured by what has been lost and what might still be saved, that is not what you think it is. And the ending got me. The ending got me. I was just like stunned. I was shocked. This is a short book, and it is very, very graphic. Very graphic. So if you like to think about life in a deep way, or you like to read between the lines, like literally reading between the lines and not taking what's being said literally, this is a great commentary on how consumerism has made humans, like, we've lost humanity basically. I loved this book so much. It is gross, but I loved it. I didn't love that it was gross. Like, some parts literally made me like gag. But as a plant-based eater, if I wasn't a plant-based eater already before reading this would definitely convert me. This would transition me into the vegan realm. I loved it. Highly recommend if you like to think about the world in a deeper way. Okay, another book that I stumbled upon that I'm excited to read, I have not read this one yet, is Delicate Condition by Danielle Valentine. This book came out this year. It came out August 1st, which is crazy because I found out about this book because I started watching American Horror Story Delicate. It has Kim Kardashian in it, which Kim Kardashian is having a theme today with this Alani Nu Kimade off to my side. I love Kim. I don't care what people say. I think she's an amazing entrepreneur, business. Like, her marketing is fantastic. People hate her, people love her. All publicity is good publicity to her, right? But Delicate, oh my gosh, what is her name? I'm looking it up right now. American Horror Story Delicate. What is that girl's name? Cast. Emma Roberts is in it. Sarah Paulson, of course. Evan Peters, Jessica Lange. Oh, who else? Oh, Finn Whitrock. Kathy Bates is in this one too. Wait, am I reading the right one? I am not. But the one I was looking for was Emma Roberts. Yeah, Kim Kardashian, Emma Roberts, and that really hot girl. Oh my gosh, what is her name? Kardashian, Juliana Canfield, Cara Delevingne. Cara Delevingne is in it, which I'm really excited. I haven't seen her yet. There's only one episode out on Hulu right now. And in my opinion, you know how if you don't know, American Horror Story, each season is a different story. So my favorites are Hotel with Lady Gaga. I absolutely loved Hotel. I fell in love with Lady Gaga after watching that one. I just think Lady Gaga is so skilled and talented as an actress and an entertainer, and I love her. And then there's like Asylum, which is another good one, and then Coven, which was another one of my favorites. Those three are in my top three. But each season is like a completely different story. You don't have to watch them in order at all. You can pick and choose which one you want to see. After season like 6, they just started getting really weird for me, and I stopped watching them. Or I would watch like the first episode and then just be so turned off that I would just stop watching it. But this one, Delicate, it's like if you are dealing with any kind of fertility issues or pregnancy or have any kind of medical trauma, do not watch this one. That is the whole point of this one is pregnancy. She goes to IVF treatments, dealing with that kind of stuff. So don't watch it if you are dealing with that, because it will not be good. It'll be very delicate for you. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, that book, Delicate Condition. It's delicate, like it says it in the beginning, like based off of the book Delicate Condition. And it is available on Kindle Unlimited if you want to read it. So I'm going to read it, I think. It's really long, though. It's almost 500 pages. But it's The Push Meets the Silent Patient. Okay, this is my first time reading the synopsis. Oh my gosh. This is going to get a lot deeper than I was like expecting. Okay. So The Push by Ashley Audrain. I just finished reading that one. Let me tell you a story. So I had just finished reading The Push by Ashley Audrain, and I hadn't really heard about it. I only heard one person on BookTube talk about it, and that is Haley Hughes. And she talks a lot about horror and like very dark thrillers. Anyway, that's where I heard about that book. And I found it on, where did I find it? I found it on, was it Kindle Unlimited or was it through the library? I cannot remember, but I read the oh my gosh, the electronic ebook. And I freaking loved it. It was so wild. No, I listened to it. What am I talking about? I listened to it on Audible. And it was like, it just popped up and I had never really heard about it before other than from Haley Hughes on BookTube. She's amazing, by the way. She has lots of great recommendations on horror books. So I listened to that book, and it is so, again, look up trigger warnings. There's a lot of like child abuse, but it's all fictional. Okay. So you just have to keep that in mind. And there's a lot of commentary on like mother-daughter relationships and generational trauma, but it's like freaky. Like if you've ever read the Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry, anything by Lucinda Berry is going to be wild. But The Perfect Child is, you're constantly back and forth between, is this kid just traumatized or is this kid actually a demon? So it's very similar in that aspect where you have like creepy, crazy kids. But are they creepy, crazy kids, or is the mom crazy? Or is it because the way that the mom was raised? It kind of has that kind of vibe. So, ooh, I'm excited. Okay. And then it says The Silent Patient. 2 very different books. The Silent Patient by Michaelides. I forgot his first name, but it's Michaelides. And The Silent Patient was okay for me. I thought it was like, I rated, I think like a 3.5. It was all right, but very different. So in The Silent Patient, this woman, she supposedly killed her husband by shooting him in the face 5 times. Like, that's not accidental. But then she goes silent, like completely won't talk to anybody, hasn't talked since the accident. So she's like in a mental hospital. And her therapist is like determined, like that is his mission to get her to talk about this, like what she did. So the whole time you're kind of going through that whole, it's a really popular book. If you're listening to this and like books, you've probably read it or heard about it. The twist in it was a good twist, but I think if you are somebody who likes to guess, I'm not. I don't like to guess. I like to be surprised. But if you're somebody who likes to guess, you're going to guess it. It's a really easy one to guess if you like to guess and try to like pick apart things. So, okay. So The Push meets The Silent Patient. This is, again, Delicate Condition by Danielle Valentine. The Push meets the patient in a gripping thriller that follows. Oh my gosh, I didn't even fit. What? I'm all over the place. Okay, so The Push. So I had just talked to my sister about it. And me and my sister, we live about 5 hours away from each other. And we like to talk books sometimes. She's the one that gave me Tender is the Flesh to read after she read it. And my sister's into like weird books too. So I was telling her, I was like, you would like The Push by Ashley Aldrain. And she was like, okay, whatever. And then my sister had never read a romance book or any type of smut. So we went to the romance section at Barnes and Noble when I went to go visit her, and we were going to pick a book to buddy read together. And we were looking at all these books, and my favorite series, the Dreamland Billionaire series, was up on the shelf, and I was trying to get her to read it, and she was like, no, I can't do that because I'm going to think of Disneyland in a weird way. So I can't read, smutty books about Disneyland. So she was like, no, I'm not going to read that. And I was like, you should read them. But they were really thick. Anyway, so they were out of order on the shelf. So I took them down and I like reordered them because they were like there's 3 of them and it was like 3, 2, 1 or like something, like they were just not in the correct order. So I took them down and I put them in order, and sitting next to it was The Push, which is not a romance book, and it was upside down on the shelf, like flipped upside down next to those books by my favorite series that I was trying so hard to get her to read. And it was right there. So she's like, it's a sign. And I just thought that was so crazy. But that was the whole, oh my gosh, that was the whole point of me telling that story, was to get to that. And just, it was like a sign, like, you need to read this right now. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, let me finally read you the synopsis. So, The Push meets The Silent Patient in a gripping thriller that follows a woman convinced a sinister figure is going to great lengths to make sure her pregnancy never happens. While the men in her life refuse to believe a word she says, Anna Alcott is desperate to be pregnant. But as she tries to balance her increasingly public life with the grueling IVF journey, she starts to suspect that someone is going to great lengths to make sure her pregnancy never happens. Okay, I just read that. Crucial medicines are lost, appointments are swapped without her knowledge, and even when she finally manages to get pregnant, not even her husband is willing to believe that someone playing a twisted game with her. Oh, I read that weird, but you guys know what I'm saying. When the increasingly cryptic threats drive her out of her Brooklyn brownstone and into hiding in the cold, gray, ghost town that is the Hamptons in the depths of winter, Anna is almost at the end of her rope. Then her doctor tells her she's had a miscarriage, except Anna's convinced she's still pregnant, despite everything the grave-faced men around her claim. Could it be that her mind is playing tricks on her? Or is something more sinister at play? As her symptoms become ever more horrifying and the sense of danger is ever more present, Anna can't help but wonder what exactly she's carrying inside of her, and no one will listen when she says something is horribly, painfully wrong. Excuse me? Ooh, I got the chills. Ooh. Oh yeah, and she's like famous. Anna, the main person. Okay, I'm looking too much into this right now. I need to just chill. But anyway, there's one episode out right now on Hulu. The next episode comes out either on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So if you like American Horror Story and you're okay with all of the above subjects, you should read it or watch it. Read it and watch it. The opening, like every season, there's like a new opening. It's like a series of photos and like short images that American Horror Story plays with like the same theme song. In my opinion, this opening theme for Delicate is like the best one that I have seen. The other ones are okay, they're just kind of creepy, but this one is so good. Like, I don't know why I like it so much, but it's, in my opinion, like one of the best ones. So that's pretty cool. Also on Hulu, there's a few things. So if you have been keeping up with Only Murders in the Building, Tuesday, I don't know if there's 1 or 2 episodes left, but I don't know who killed Ben, and I want to know. I'm going back and forth. I don't know if Dickie did it. I don't know. And I'm so excited for Tuesday because I need to know. I think that Meryl Streep is amazing as always. That Pitter Patter song that Steve Martin sings, amazing. Like he does such a good job, and it's been stuck in my head. Which of the quick triplets did it? Like it's so good. But I really hope that would be a Broadway show. I think that would be really cool. And if you've never seen Only Murders in the Building, or you haven't caught up on this episode, you're going to be like, what the hell is she talking about? So Only Murders in the Building is with Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. And then there's all of these other actors that kind of cameo in. Paul Rudd is a huge part in this season. Meryl Streep, Tina Fey. There's a bunch. But Sting is in the first episode, in the first season. There's 3 seasons now, and 3? Yeah, 3 seasons. And anyway, it's about these 3 people, Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez's characters. They have a podcast because they're like true crime podcast junkies. And then in their big fancy apartment building, a murder happens. So they go out of their way to try to figure out who killed them. And they do their own investigations. And each season it's like a new murder, but it has to happen in the building. So there's been 3 different murders within the building. And it's such a good time. It's a comedy, drama, mystery. And it appeals to all ages. Like you have Selena Gomez, which is kind of like my generation. You have Steve Martin, Martin Short, like all of these really cool actors. And it's a good time. It's like a cozy mystery. It's not like a scary mystery. And I would highly recommend that show. It's so good. It's so good. I don't even know what else to say other than you need to watch it. All right. If you are into, also on Hulu, if you are into scary movies and you like alien movies, like if you enjoyed Signs, you would really enjoy, I believe it's called No One Will Save You, or No One Can Save You. No One Will Save You, I think is what it's called. And it's an alien movie. If you've watched Signs and you know the scene when they lock the alien in the closet and then his hand jets out from the underneath and they're like, shh, and then they cut off his hand. Okay, so think of that whole scene, but like turned into like a whole movie. So there's like jump scares, there's killing, there's like all of this stuff. So basically, this little girl, she's 22. Her mom just died like 2 years prior. She's in this house in the country by herself. I'm freaking myself out here. So if I'm looking around, if you're watching on YouTube, that's what I'm looking at. Oh my gosh, I keep looking in the background to see if there's stuff going by, but I think I'm safe. Maybe hopefully I didn't speak too soon. Okay, so this girl, she's 22. Her mom just died. No one in the town likes her. Like she goes into town once and like she gets spit in her face. Like she has to wear like sunglasses. Like nobody likes her. So she's kind of out in the country and she's living by herself, just kind of like enjoying her life as much as she can in this house, grieving her mom. And that's all I can say about that part. But anyway, aliens come. And she is like this badass girl. Like she's this little tiny beautiful little girl. She wears dresses and nightgowns and like she's just cute. And she ends up like fighting all of these aliens. And that's all I can say without spoiling it. But here's the thing. There is no talking in the entire movie other than one line about 3/4 of the way through. And I didn't notice until my husband said something. He was off to the side working on his computer, so he wasn't watching the screen. And he's like, yeah, there's no talking. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't even notice. There's a little bit of reading. It's like she like writing letters, but this girl, like the whole movie is just her and then like her killing these aliens. But her facial expressions are so good. And the music and the CGI, like I didn't even notice that nobody was saying anything. It was so good. So if you like aliens, if you like badass chicks just like killing and like being badass, it's so good. It's a little scary, but it's so good. So good. You definitely have to listen or make sure you have the volume on though, because a lot of the talking or like, you know, portraying emotions and like telling you what's going on is in the music. And you have to pay attention and actually watch it because of the facial expressions. Like she says so much with her facial expressions. It's amazing. I've been really listening to a lot of alien podcasts and ghost podcasts specifically. I think I talked about this in the first episode. Two Girls, One Ghost. I've been really enjoying like binging their stuff. And they just released an episode about the Boo Hag, which is like this like skinless hag that like I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I'm gonna freak myself out. But she like steals people's skin and wears it. So she could be like roaming among us, just like looking for breath to steal. This is a spooky podcast, and I don't care because it is fall, okay? It is officially spooky season. It is Monday, September 25th when I am filming this. It is officially fall. Get out of here if you don't like fall. If you are not into the spooky stuff, just get out of here. Just get out of here. But no, for real, I'm kind of spooking myself out because I'm here alone. I'm here alone, and I don't want to say that out loud because I don't want any spirits in here to hear me say that. But I have my dog in here and she's not barking. How freaky would that be if she just started barking right now? Oh my god. Okay. I was going to keep talking, but I don't really want to because I'm going to freak myself out. So, if you have any spooky book, like now I'm hearing things in my headphones because it's like, okay, I'm thinking too hard. I gotta get out of here. If you have any spooky book recommendations, leave them in the comments below or find me on Instagram. Again, my personal Instagram, like where I just post whatever I want, is on Instagram. I said that already. only.if.we.vibe. So only if we vibe. Find me on there, request me. I'll allow you to follow me, I guess, but I post like random shit, like spooky stuff. Not like you're not going to learn anything from following me there, but send me some spooky book recommendations, any spooky movie recommendations. I know there's like a lot of spooky movies out right now, like The Nun, The Exorcist, The Haunting of someplace. I don't know, but I really need to turn this off because something. Anyway, okay, thank you for listening. I didn't make it to 45 minutes again because I'm spooking myself. So make sure to like, comment, review, subscribe, do all the things because it really supports me. Even if you think it doesn't, or you think that it won't matter, it does. It matters a heck of a lot. So do it, please. And I will see you at the next episode. Goodbye. Wish me luck that there's no ghosts in here. Okay, bye.